Sek naton, direkta sa Qatar aton sini nga Bombo International Correspondent si Bombo Joseph Rivera. Bombo Joseph, good morning. Welcome sa Bombo Radio Iloilo. Kaupod mo si Bombo Doni.
Yes, Bombo Doni, mayong aga sa imo dira, mayong aga man sa tanan nga mga listeners ng Bombo Radio, kag mayong aga sa tanan nga mga Filipinos and OFWs dito sa Middle East. It's 4:17 and it's around 4 o'clock in the morning here.
Yes, Bombo Joseph, ano na ang latest dra karon sitwasyon sa inyo sa area sa Qatar? Daw lawig na kuno nga mga inadlaw nga waay na gid kamudra naka baton sang mga missiles from Iran na sir?
Yes, today's our 7th day nga wala gid kami, thanks God, alhamdulillah. Wala gid kami nakabaton sang bisan isa ka alarm, but you know the Qatar Foreign Ministry said that it doesn't mean nga wala alarm, it doesn't mean nga wala threat. Silingon sila is may mga natabuan lang nga wala sing incident that warrants an urgent alarm. So that could mean that they may have been attacks, but they were too remote to be treated as a high-risk concern sa amon. Pero to di na, ikapito na ning adlaw, Webes subong, it was exactly last Thursday, sang ginbomba nilang Ras Laffan LNG facility. And ever since, wala na kami nakabaton sang bisan ano nga atake halin sa Iran. And nag-amat-amat na balik ang sitwasyon namon dire to the point nga even yesterday, nag-announce na ang government nga balik naman ang even ang outdoor activities ginpasugtan na nila. No? So, bisan mga outdoor funerals, mga kasal, anything done outdoor was already permitted. But of course, with caution, kay Basko Gidman ang campaign sang Qatar Ministry of Interior when it comes to safety. In case ng mag-alarm liwat, kabalo ng tao kung anong himon namon.
Okay. So, para sa inyo daw, nabatsagan ninyo bala, Bombo Joseph, nga panugod na ini sang pag-untat na eventually sang ginamodra between US, Israel, and Iran?
Not necessarily, because as you know, Qatar is not directly involved in the war. Naiguan lang kami, it's because that Qatar is the host of the US Al Udeid Air Base, and that's what we have here, and that was the main target of Iran. And recently, Iran unfortunately took the decision of attacking power facilities of countries that hosted US military installations. So amo na ang natabo. Pero happy man kami because masin pa paano, we're looking forward to a peaceful Semana Santa na tani next week, but we don't know yet because kung ma-recall mo, Bombo Doni, sang Sunday naghatag si Trump sang ultimatum, siling niya 24 hours. Kung hindi niyo abrihan ng State of Hormuz, kay girahon niya gid ang mga power industries and facilities ng Iran. And then Iran at the same time made a counter threat saying that if you do that, we will be attacking not only the power and energy facilities of the US within the region, but also desalination plants. So that was the threat. And then suddenly, sang Martes, not even Tuesday, Monday pa lang. No, the following day, nagsiling si Trump nga ginapostpone niya kuno 5 kaadlaw ang pag-atake or ang iya ultimatum. It's because there are negotiations kuno that are happening, which by the way was denied by Iran. Again, so ang 5 days na natin ma-expire na, buwas na naman na sa gabi, Friday. But after in the course of the past 3 days, Trump kept on saying, there's peace talks going on, which has been constantly denied by Iran. And it turns out that Pakistan was the mediator, and sila ang nagpadala sa Iran sang 15-point ceasefire deal sang US, which was definitely outright, flatly denied and rejected by Iran. So deny nila kang nagsilin sila nga the only way na mauntat ang gera is number 1. They actually responded with 5 points, and definitely Trump did not accept. So nagbayluhan na isang istorya So ang last nga bayluhan ay nila sang threats kagabi was that Iran said that the only way to stop this is if number one, ma-stop na gid ang ila aggression kag pag-atake. Number two, reparations. Kinanglan by done gid sa Amerika ang mga danyos nila, ang mga damage nila, kang they have to take care of repairs as well, and reparation to repair anything that was damaged. And number three, Iran wants control of the Strait of Hormuz. And of course, there are two other points which are minor, which is the stop also of the attack towards their proxies and their allies in the region, and the other one has to do with their nuclear and military capabilities, which ang gimbalos naman ni Trump is he will unleash hell kuno sadya so are gatihin na naman kami kay ano na naman ni matabo sila, but kabay pa nga kung hindi gid sila mapunggan tani sila na sila na lang duwa away, hindi nila pagdalahigo ng mga lain-lain diri nga nasyon, because 2 sobra kami 2 milyon ng mga OFWs diri nga apektado na nga daan.
Okay. Bombo Joseph, while ang ining 5-point agenda ya sang Iran ti klaro ini, this was publicized kung anong ila sining lima ni ka mga gusto matabo sining mga kondisyon, but as the 15-point plan proposal sang US daw ambot ko nakagwa kung anong mga detalye ni Bombo Joseph.
Actually, wala sang official nga nagwa nga official gid, that's why hindi kita makareport gid sa klaro, because wala sang official gid nga nagagwa nga listahan kung ano gid man ang ilang ginapangayo. But as the Iranians would describe it, it's like it's not just utmost surrender daw ginatapos na ni Trump tanan nga daw siya nang nagdaog, and Iran has to give up everything. So sila nila daw gabalik kita sa square one. Ano ginapangayon ni Trump sang nagasugod ang gera daw buman sa gihapon. And the fact is that the one thing that is known clear is that of this 15-point ceasefire agreement was that 30 days lang ang ceasefire. And there were no talks of reparation. So ang silinganis ng Iran, it's totally it's unrealistic, no? It's unrealistic na ang ginahambal nila gagapahin mo yung kami dire, yung bomba mo kami, dason ikaw pa mga hatag sa mga kondisyon bala. So basically, diplomacy is still having a hard time to resolve this matter for the time being.
Although dira ya sa daw stalemate dira karon ang US kag ang Iran sa mga gina-propose nila sining nga mga deal, but on the other hand, daw may ara sang development ya sa Strait of Hormuz nga ginaamat-amat na ginapahalugan sang Iran ang ila sinadra nga blockade, Bombo Joseph.
Yes, ginsugod lagi palusot naman nila ang ilang mga kaalyado. The last two, we had 2 Indian tankers that were able to cross the strait safely, wala bang problema. And of course, the Iranian tankers get to move freely. Galing kay balaan mo, Bombo Donny, hadlock man ang majority sa mga merchants, no? Because number one, the cost of insurance is very, very high. According to the latest reports from regional news sources, may 2,000 nga barko nga stranded.
2,000 ka right mga now. Oil tankers ni Bombo Joseph?
It's oil tankers and the cargo ships on both sides.
Okay.
Nagalusot lang, tag-2, tag-1, mula ng mga dagalusot.
Okay. Ayhan, Bombo Joseph, ang ining pag-allow karon sang Iran sa ila sining mga allies nga maka-cross safely dra sa bayan sang Strait of Hormuz. Ano ayhan ang mangin impact sini sa aton diri sa Pilipinas kung may mag-gain kita sa sining development, Bombo Joseph?
Actually, tama pa problema because kumbaga daw inang ginamata-amat lang nila balahaw. And as you know, Bombodoni, ang supply naton, even if you're talking about 20% of the world's energy resource, the mere fact na mag 1, 2, or 3 days ka lang delay, ang presyo, ang epekto sila sa pagsaka sa presyo nagtaas. That's why gani si DND Secretary Gilberto Teodoro, who was in Paris, declared yesterday nga nagsiling siya na nawagan na siya na kinanglan abrihan nyo na gidina because ang epekto sa aton tama kadako, because even with the declaration of President Marcos to of the state of energy emergency, and with the tax cuts, and with the possibility of talking to China, which is still a long term, and taking in supply from Russia, these are all short-term remedies. Yes, it could augment the supply, but the prices will still be very, very high. The solution gid is matapos na gid ning away nila kag normalize na.
Okay. By the way, Bombo Joseph, adra sa inyo sa Qatar may mga na-damage na adra nga mga facilities. Ang pinakadako to ang LNG facility. As to sa repair and rehabilitation, nasuguran na or saan usuguran ini sang Qatar, Bombo Joseph?
Wala sila officially naghambal, pero as far as I know, they've natapos naman tong explosives assessment kag ginaamat-amat na to nila according to unofficial sources, but it will still take 3 to 5 years to repair, and it will cost billions of dollars.
So bisan maguntat pa ang nilokpanay dra, ang period nga kinahanglan sa recovery malawig-lawig, Bombo Joseph?
Malawig ni, 5 ni katuig. No? So, according to the estimates of Qatar Energy, their production has been halted. It will affect 70% of their output capacity.
Okay, sige. With this, sa imo siningan tiyempo sa Bombo Radio Iloilo, Bombo Joseph Rivera, sir. Salamat gid liwat sa imo kag halong dra. Good morning.
Good morning, Mandra, sa inyo tanan. Halin diri sa Banwa, sa kundiin 32 pesos lang kada litro ang gasolina. This is Bombo Joseph Rivera, basta Radio Bombo.
Okay, dire awit si Bombo Joseph Rivera. No? Bisan naganilok panay to iya sa Middle East, ang Qatar target man, pero why kagi timbuok ang presyo sang gatong to ti may unay abi sila iyang source mo 32 pesos per liter ang gasolina ti driya sa aton sa Pilipinas. Hamboy 100 pesos ang gasolina, ang crudo ti more than 100 pesos na, and more than 100% ang gin-increase sini sa ato niya sining mga kabombo. Amo na ang bintaha, no? Dito ya sa ila sa Middle East, mula nagaling kay guba ang ilaman sining mga facilities, kinahanglan Manila sining gagastuan para nga ma-repair, ma-rehabilitate, kag para nga mangin operational liwat, no? Pero ti bisan pa magkapiyan-piyan gid nga may ara sila or direkta dito ang source nila sang langis. Sa other countries, pareho sa aton sa Pilipinas nga ti net importer kita sang langis, no? Bisan way man galupok ng aton sining mga oil facilities di, aton sining mga refineries di, ti anuman palukpon nga refinery di kay way man nagaisahan nun malang ang oil refinery ni sang Petron dito sa may area sang Limay, Bataan, no?